My name is Erin Olson, and welcome to Using SharePoint 2013. In this series, you'll learn how to effectively and efficiently use SharePoint to create, manage, store, and retrieve information for yourself, your team, your colleagues, your company, maybe even your vendors and customers. This is an introductory series, meaning you don't need to have any prior SharePoint experience in order to fully benefit from the skills and techniques you'll be learning. You do need to be comfortable working on a personal computer, though, along with what we refer to as basic computer skills, like typing, using the mouse, and working in a Windows environment. As you learn, SharePoint runs in a browser, so knowing how to use the internet, web pages, those types of things are also necessary. Again, don't worry, you don't need to know anything fancy, just some basics like what a URL or web address is, how to click on hyperlinks, and how to use the back and next or previous and forward buttons. That's all you need, and that's just fine. We'll be discussing and demonstrating all of the SharePoint-specific features that you need to know. Because SharePoint is made by Microsoft, and because one of the most powerful things you'll use it for is file management, you should be able to use applications like Word, Excel, or PowerPoint. Again, this isn't a Microsoft Office series, so you don't have to be an expert in these applications, but knowing how to create a file and save it will be beneficial. Outlook is not required in order to use SharePoint, but it sure does make it more powerful if you use Outlook for your email and calendar. So being familiar with how Outlook works will allow you to enjoy that section a little more as well, especially if you've never seen it or used it before as it relates to SharePoint. That's basically it. This is an introductory series, so there isn't any specific prior knowledge you need to have. Being comfortable with basic use of your computer and some of the applications you probably use every day will make it a more enjoyable experience, though, and let you focus on the amazing things that SharePoint itself offers you. So what specifically will you be able to do when you finish this series? The biggest, most overwhelming concern that we have right now is that you understand what SharePoint is and how it can be used in your environment for your work. We want you to be able to navigate the SharePoint interface and start off by maybe customizing your My Site. Again, if you're not familiar with what a My Site is, that's okay. We'll go through all of that as well. We want to make sure that you can add, edit, and delete list and library items, because that is the primary place we store information in SharePoint. In order to use those, we want to be able to sort and filter that content, use and modify views, and of course search for content that's relevant to our needs. Specifically, we want to do some things like being able to participate in discussions and wikis. You also want to be able to submit surveys and participate in and manage a blog. By the end of this series, you'll be able to upload and create library items and use document management features, one of the most powerful and most popular and widely used parts of SharePoint. You'll also be able to link information to Outlook, so if you already spend a lot of time in Outlook, don't worry. We'll be able to integrate SharePoint information into your comfort zone, which is Outlook. Of course, integrating SharePoint with all of your Office applications is one of the keys of this particular course. Microsoft SharePoint and Microsoft Office work well together, and we want to show you how to optimize that. One of the newest and latest features that's available in SharePoint, and especially in 2013, is SharePoint's social networking tools. If you're familiar with things like Facebook and Twitter, then you will love the social networking tools. If you've never used them before, we'll be sure to let you know why it's important that maybe you start. But most importantly, we want you to be able to enjoy SharePoint and effectively utilize all it has to offer. And that can mean so many things to so many different people that, unfortunately, I really can't be more specific than that right now. But through this series, you'll learn all of the different tools that it offers so that you can choose which components will work best for you.